Hello everyone, and welcome to my review of the Arda adjustable wig stand and the Arda foam head versus the foam head I got at the dollar store. So the adjustable clamp comes in three parts. Here's the C-clamp, which you will attach to a table or a chair. You have the anchor, and you have the actual stand itself. Now all you do to set it up, it's stupid simple, is you put that through so that the ball's on the inside. It's got some little ridges on it so that it'll hold itself in place. And I usually screw it in upside down because that'll keep it as straight as possible. And you just get it set up to spin, tighten it, and whichever way it gets too tight is the way that this little guy will stay. So you don't want it too angled in case you're styling at a bad angle. So once it's together, it just looks like that. So I'm just going to attach this to my table now real quick. So all you do is you put it on at the right spot and you just tighten it underneath. My table's a little bit angled at the edges, so it's a little bit not quite it doesn't like to stay in place is what I'm trying to say, but here we go. Just make it stable so it doesn't fall off when you're pulling on your wig. And then all you gotta do is pop your foam head on. Now the foam head's a little bit loose, as to be expected. If you want to make it a little bit tighter, just put a little cloth over it and push it down and it'll stay a lot better. You can turn it a little bit rougher this way. The only thing is if your wig stand is not really tight, then the wig stand will also wiggle back and forth. So just a word of warning there. So now for the foam wigs, or the foam heads, pardon me. So this is the Arda head, if it will focus. And this is the dollar store head. There we go. So you can see their styles are a little bit different. This one doesn't have ears and this one sort of does, which is kind of helpful. This one looks a little bit larger from the top. As you can see, this one looks a little bit longer and this one looks a little bit wider, but we'll see in a moment. So I'm going to measure the Arda's wig head first. I believe the measurements are also on the site, but just to make sure. And it ends up at 21 inches around, which is actually what they listed as. And then the dollar store. It's a little bit wide. And it's also 21 inches long. So they're about the same, which is nice. And now I'm going to compare that to my head. All foam wig heads will be a little bit smaller most of the time than your head, unless if you're a child. They should be a little bit smaller. And I put it to where I wear my wig, which is how you should always measure. And my head is about 22.5 inches around, so my head's a little bit bigger. Now Arda does have a canvas wig head, which you can pair the adjustable wig stand to. I haven't gotten one yet, so when that comes I will do a review. But it is about 23 inches around, if I remember correctly, which is closer to a human head, and it's actually the same size as their wigs are around. And I believe it's helpful in not having the wig slide around. You probably wouldn't have to pin it as hardcore as you do with the foam heads. So I think that's about all I have to talk about. Oh, one last thing is Arda does sell a male wig head as well. That's currently sold out, but it it is good to have a male wig head every once in a while, and it is, I believe, the same size around. And they also sell a tall wig head, which are harder to find and definitely more useful if you have a very long wig that you need to not be hanging on the floor. And a lot of times the long wigs will get caught on this too, and it'll cause some issues. So tall wig heads are very good to have. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say. So until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.